Okay, we're with Eilidh Child. We're at SSE in Perth today, and we're just going to speak a little bit about raising performance and maybe overcoming some hurdles. Eilidh, if you were to sum up in a sentence maybe what it takes to improve your performance as an athlete, would it be that there's no shortcuts to success?
Yeah, definitely. I think, patience is, one of the big things about being a professional athlete. You do just want to win every race all the time when you step on the track because you have that competitive spirit, but you have to remember that it is about the bigger picture and, you do learn a lot from the bad races that you have, and you can take that into other races. And yeah, it's a long process and you do have to look at the bigger picture of why you're in the sport and what your sort of long-term aims are.
So even as a youngster, even maybe as a teenager, you can think professional and think beyond, next week's school championships and maybe just think a little bit longer term.
Yes, definitely. I mean, obviously you want to focus on each sort of training session and the next race that you have, but you can't get too hung up on that one race. I think as athletes we tend to always remember perhaps a race that we didn't run as well in, and you can get hung up on that, but it's all about the bigger picture and what are your long-term goals, what is your what is your aim, what you're going to plan for, and because things happen in athletics that you can't control, so you have to always have that bigger picture in mind.
So how do you overcome the disappointments and the injuries that you get along the way? Is there a bit of psychology involved? I mean, I know you've worked recently with a sports psychologist, but it's something maybe that a coach or a parent has to do anyway.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it is. Again, it is about kind of thinking about what is the bigger picture, and obviously, if you are injured, it's a long haul. And I mean, I am lucky enough that I've not had any sort of serious injuries in my career, but I have had disappointments. And yeah, I mean, it's sometimes hard to get over. But the nice thing is, if you chat to people about it, and sometimes chatting to somebody who's perhaps not involved in the sport, who's just a neutral person, somebody like your, a family member, you can really just kind of chat about it, and it does rationalise everything for you. And I mean, I spoke to my psychologist a few times perhaps about bad races, and he was, would remind me of other things that I've done and other experiences I've had. And all of a sudden you think, oh, well, actually, yeah, that's not that big a deal, and it is about sort of, remembering why it is you do it, and I do it because I love it, and, and again, focusing on that bigger picture.